Okay, so here we go. This is the same saw that I've been working with for the Super-Dooper 380 build. All right, and I'll explain more about this if we have a successful cut right here. I think I've fixed all of the air leaks, and I think it should be ready to go and be a good runner. I haven't tuned it yet. That's what I'm fixing to do. Haven't fired it up or anything. It's been drying overnight. All the JB Weld and stuff. Still acting like it's got an air leak. As soon as that very first cut, I was like, oh yeah, that's where we need to be. Oh yeah, that's it. But then as soon as it got a little bit of heat in it, it starts giving me problems again. So I think what it's time for is to go ahead and throw 54cc cylinder on this. Figure out that oiler issue. I don't know what's going on there at all. I mean, this thing just bleeds oil. I don't know why all of a sudden it's not. Perhaps I forgot to put the worm gear back on. I don't know. We'll break it open and see. I'll set this thing up with the 54cc cylinder and send it off to Kevin because I owe him a saw. And definitely want him to have a good running, solid saw. I'm not going to send him something that ain't working right. So, stopping the video. Once again, here we are. A revelation. Ta-da! If that don't cause it to run lean, I don't know what will. Things you should have caught earlier. Alright, so this is not the Super-Dooper 380. This right here has been a test mule for that cylinder that I ported, the 60cc cylinder, you know, trying to, testing out numbers, theory, things like that. So this saw right here was never going to be the Super-Dooper 380. So what I did, I never could get it to run right. Never could. So I don't think it was the port numbers though. I think that it was the base wasn't flat enough, something like that. But because whenever it ran strong, it ran real good and strong, and then as soon as it got hot, it would develop an air leak. So I think something else is going on with that cylinder. Anyways, so I went ahead and I slapped a good 54cc cylinder on this here. And this is the saw that I have been using for the Super-Dooper 380. So I went ahead and slapped a good 54cc cylinder on here with base gasket, everything. It's even got the screen and the exhaust. It's completely stock. It's oiling good, it's running good. Before the camera started, I had it sitting there idling for, you know, about 3 minutes probably. So I'm happy with it. It's good to go, and I'm going to be sending this off to Alberta, Canada. Kevin, this is your saw, buddy. So, the 330. Now, on with the story of the Super 380 build. Like I said, this was always just a test bed. That's all this was. I was using a cylinder that honestly was questionable to me to begin with, but it was, you know, it was a good thing to test on. So now I will take what is going to be the Super-Dooper 380 build and begin building it up with a better cylinder to start from, you know, and we'll go from there. So this, like I said in one of the previous videos, this is a saga. This is an ongoing saga that's going to last for a while probably, trying to find the perfect numbers and setup and combination for these Poulan 60cc high top saws. Alright, so I gotta box this thing up and send it to sweet home Alberta. And I totally forgot to mention to you, there's a reason I'm wearing these bad boys. So I got a new character coming. I am in the cage of character development, and I need y'all's help. I do. So I got a name for him, but not a complete name. So his backstory is going to be that he loves steel chainsaws. He will not accept anything less. His own personal chainsaw is a professional 185, MS 185. He chose to get the 185 because it's got a little bit more power than the 170. And anyway, so he won't have anything but a professional chainsaw. And the only professional chainsaws are steel chainsaws. And every steel chainsaw is professional grade. Duh. I mean, come on, man. It's clear as can be. They're made in German engineering. I mean, why else do you think they won World War II? You know? Because they got great engineers. So, he also would have made it pro. He would have played Major League Baseball. Absolutely, hands down, no doubt about it. He was already being scouted out before he threw out his rotator cuff. Okay? He was getting scouted in 8th grade. And he threw out his rotator cuff. Little League. He never played school sports. Little League only. But he was being scouted. 7th grade. 7th grade. Yeah, it began in 7th grade, really. But they really started coming on in 8th grade. And that's whenever he tore out his rotator cuff. And he would have been pro. No doubt about it. None. If he hadn't, dang injury. You know? And he wears Pit Viper safety goggles. Alright? Because they're cool. And so his name, I think I want to give him, like he always wears, his shirt's always going to be a sports jersey, preferably like Farm League. All right, like down here we got the Gwinnett Stripers. Maybe I'll get him a baseball jersey. Anyways, think, what's his name? Danny McBride in Eastbound and Down, the HBO series. That's who I'm shooting for. That guy right there. So his name is DB. It's a nickname, actually. He was given this nickname early on in life, and he wore it as a badge of honor whenever it was really meant to make fun of him, because DB stands for douchebag. So, but just like the actor DB Sweeney, right? Just like Soft Hand Steve, DB works better if you've got a tag at the end of it. And I don't want to call him douchebag. Like, I was thinking douchebag Bobby, right? But that's a little bit too out there. I do know that, I mean, I do have a soul, guys. I do have a heart. Even though I kicked somebody off my channel last night for being an a-hole, you know, I mean, purposefully being a dick, you know, just for no good reason. Why are you going to do that? A-hole. Started off with, he said that I came from generational wealth, which is the funniest thing. Well, it's not funny, it's idiotic. And, you know, I mean, I don't regret my upbringing at all. But boy, it would have been nice to have a little, you know, 2 nickels to rub together whenever I was younger. I mean, geez, I don't want to go into it. I have no need to justify anything to any of my viewers, really. But, you know, I grew up dirt poor, buddy. And this guy, oh, yeah, it'd be nice to have so many chainsaws. Not all of us came from generational wealth. And his name is, what was it? Jimmy Huffman. Fuck you, Jimmy Huffman. There you go. So, oh, damn, dude. Yeah. I mean, my mom and dad did good. We were always clean. You know, we weren't skanky. Not at all. We were always clean. And we dressed nice. You know, we're wearing rags, you know. Hand-me-downs galore, sure. Yard sale finds galore. But we dressed nice. We looked good, all of us. But, yeah, we're dirt poor. I mean, nothing got fixed unless we fixed it. That's it. If we had a transmission go out on a car, I was underneath it in the gravel, rolling that transmission out on my chest. Yeah, it would have been nice to have some fucking generational wealth at that point right there. Because that stuff like that's a pain in the ass. Anyways, so DB needs a last name. It could be DB and a last name, like DB. I was thinking DB Steel, you know, like STEEL or something like that. I have known a few guys with the last name of Steel. Maybe that adds to why he thinks Steel is the only good one. But I don't know, there's something about that, and it's too close to being the actual Steel brand. I don't like that. So we got to come up with something. And please, leave it in the comments, guys. Please, I'm eager to hear. But yeah, I guess that's enough. All right. Yeah. Talk shit on my channel. I delete your ass.